Hello, guidelines to increasing loyal patients. So, we want loyal patients. Loyal patients are patients who come to us for life, not just for this one individual injury, or they're great when they come to us and we never hear from them again. We want patients who always want to come to us. It's like they're addicted to us and they want to keep coming back and back and back. One thing you'll notice as you become part of the family is that it's common. Patients come back to us over and over and over again. We're still treating the first patient that Home and Rehab's ever treated before. She's still one of our patients. Um, Guidelines to how we get these loyal patients is number one at the front desk and even in the back of like in the gym. Always look them in the eyes. It's very important to make eye contact. When you don't make eye contact, it's like you're nervous, you're not sure what you're doing, or you're just not confident. So always make eye contact. Call them by their name. Call them by their first name or a nickname and add the nickname into the system so we know to call them that from there on out. But always call them that the minute they walk in the office. So good morning, Justin. I want to see that. The minute that they're coming in, you need to do that right away. Don't look busy when you're talking to them. That's the worst thing that could happen. Stop what you're doing, and direct 100% of your attention to the person who's in front of you or on the phone. When you're trying to multitask and, handwrite something and talk to somebody, it's not going to work out that well for you. Just pause what you're doing on your desk and continue talking to the patient. Patients are more important than anything. You'll learn that really quick. The clinical staff will then go over, trying to get patients to demonstrate what they're doing at home each session they come back to us. And they'll also go over comparable signs, which the patient will is like a comparable sign is something we measure in the gym when they're getting treated, something that they need to work on or they have a goal, and each visit they work towards that goal. So each visit the clinical staff are kind of getting a comparable sign as to how close they are towards that goal or working on that individual task. An example of a comparable sign was there was one lady a while ago who um, wanted to pick up her grandchild. It was a little grandchild that, just started walking and she wanted to be able to lift him again, but she threw her back out. So one of her goals was being able to squat down to pick him up. So we demonstrated that by putting some weights in a little box and made her lift it. But she couldn't do that right off the bat. It took her a little while before she was able to do that. So a comparable goal would be demonstrating that activity each time she comes to us and showing the patient how much closer she is to that comparable sign each visit she's there. Also, we work on teaching them something new every single session. So we have the resource handouts that should be handed out to them as much as possible, or exercises that should be handed out to them. But we try to use these resource sheets because it's simple and it helps automate this important step. But we need to teach them something because sooner or later they're going to cut out a lot of therapy services for reimbursement. So we need to be there to help continuing to educate patients to continue to see patients. Here are some other important considerations. Tone. The tone in which you should speak to a patient or a physician's office is a little bit different. It should be friendly and respectful. If at a particular moment you don't feel friendly, fake it. It's the quickest way to becoming friendly. Put a smile on your face, and then everything that comes out will be nice. Your performance to project something you don't always necessarily feel is graded by your fellow coworkers and judged by our patients. We do peer reviews here, a couple times a year between the staff. So if your interactions with patients aren't that great, your fellow coworkers are going to make notice of that and they're going to, put that in your peer review to help you. Patients also have my phone number on all of their intake paperwork, and it's also emailed out to them in a welcoming email after they register on to be our patient. So they have a way to contact me at any time to let me know how the services are or if there's any concerns or any problems they have, and they do reach out. So just keep that in mind that the patients do judge your every action you do. And they will, if it's something that they don't like, they will complain about it because that's just where we are in the world. Attempt to always give full attention to whomever you are speaking to. listen, and make the patient feel important. Let them know you understand. Tune other things out, and remain attentive, respectful, and friendly at all times. It's hard, life kicks in when you leave the office, but when you come back in, you guys just have to, get back into the acting mode and get back to the grind and, greet every patient that walks through the door with a smile. Greet the UPS man, greet the mail lady, greet everybody that walks in the door. Greet the coupon guy that delivers the stupid coupon books every week. The ones that we throw away, greet them, kill them with kindness. Yeah, they ripped us off as a company, but regardless, we still need to be nice. And that's what we're here for, is to make sure, the face of the company is that we're a really nice company and people want to come to us. You should never look too demanding, busy, irritated, condescending, or indifferent. Patients feel emotions from you, and they can feel when you're stressed, you have anxiety, you have any of those symptoms or anything like that. They're going to notice that and be the first person to be like, are you okay? Or, have a negative feeling about the company, which is not true, because we should never be too busy. Now that majority of the front office is offloaded to that company that's checking benefits and authorizations, we're going to be more free to deal with patients. And that's the plan I have for the future, is to kind of make what we do more patient oriented, to have the overall experience, the best experience for the patient. Do not make the patient feel like he or she is a burden to you or to anybody in the company, because the business would not have, or the business wouldn't survive without these patients. We need them. In every conversation, use the other person's name at least 3 times. It's very important that you're always saying their name over and over again. When you do what a patient asks or needs, do it in a way that exceeds their expectations. We want to go above and beyond for every patient. So patients, they are irately mad because they have to pay that $25 fee. The first thing you should do is be like, I completely understand. I feel bad, or I wouldn't want to pay it either, or whatever. You can tell them that, and just tell them, but I have to collect this. This is, you were aware of this, and we did go over this, on the first visits, and anytime you've canceled in the future or in the past or anything like that, we went over that with you. And they're going to be irately mad at you at that time, but just tell them, I feel for you, I understand, and tell them, if you feel that you deserve to get a refund for this by any means, have them fill out the refund request. That's that simple sheet they got to fill out. Have them write why they feel they need to get a refund for this $25 fee, and email me the form, and I'll contact the patient and I'll take care of it from there. I'm not probably going to refund them back the money. I never do that, but I do reach out to them to make sure that the experience they're having is, worth the money that they're spending to come to us, and they know for the future, they need to give us a 24-hour notice. But there are situations where I do make exceptions if people are in the hospital, or have medical reasons that they for some reason couldn't make it. But majority of the time, people are aware of their appointments, and they do have a cell phone that they could quickly call us if they needed to cancel or reschedule that appointment. They just forget to do that, because the minute they leave our office, life kicks in. Same thing for you. Life always kicks in. I understand that. Make sure if you do have, personal things going on, you leave that at the door when you walk in. Think of yourself as like a Disney cast member. You're coming here to perform for us, and you're doing a little performance to help make the atmosphere a little bit better for patients. And that's really is what's going to help you grow within the company and help the company grow. Remember, the more patients we see, the better the company does, the better you're going to do as an employee here. So keep that in mind anytime you're stressed, or you may not like, for some reason I may, suggest for you to do something a little bit different than something you're comfortable with, but just keep in mind there's a reason behind everything, and I would love to explain it to you. You just got to let me know you have a question about that. But I'm here for you. But don't forget, keep smiling and have a great day.